So I have been a fan of Alexander Skarsgård ever since I saw him show up as Eric in True Blood. In that, he was ripped. Then a few years later, in Tarzan, he's even bigger. And now in the Northman, he's the biggest I've ever seen him. Straight up traps. They're like this. If this dude gets any bigger, I think he's gonna pop. Wait a second. In True Blood, Eric's last name is Northman. Is this movie the origin story of Eric from True Blood? Oh my god. They're all vampires. A Viking king is murdered and his son escapes, vowing to return to avenge his father and save his mother and reclaim the kingdom that he has lost. That's what he vows to do, anyway. The story has a lot more layers than that. It's a lot more in-depth than just a vengeance movie, okay? It's pretty sweet. Alexander Skarsgård. Traps. He's a beast in this flick. Not just because he's massive, but I think this is the best acting I've seen him do. He's just so goddamn angry. So much yelling. And then when he meets Anya Taylor-Joy, she brings the human side out of his character a little more. They complement each other well, and her character is very witchy. Go figure. And he complements her witty witchness with his rage, revenge muscle. They're quite the dynamic duo, I'll say that. Nicole Kidman and Willem Dafoe are also part of this ensemble. Both of them just masters at their craft, and I really wish that I got to see more scenes with them throughout the movie. I can always use more Willem Dafoe. Can't get enough of that dude. And Nicole Kidman has this one scene that just surprised the shit out of me, and when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, she's good. And of course, the small amount of Ethan Hawke that you get is still... I'm not really going to touch on the villain of our story, but just know that he is also great. Unexpected things from him too. Yeah. This movie is... metal as fuck! You got sword fights. Revenge! Yelling! Volcanoes! Crows! More crows! Do not fall for what the trailers make this movie out to be. They sell it as this story of epic revenge and taking over kingdoms and shit, and it's not that, okay? It's not that. It's a lot more intimate than what I expected. The story kept going in directions that kept me guessing, and I think that's a good thing. Some people may think it's a little too trippy, but it's actually very heavy on Norse mythology. And the shit that you're seeing is what these people actually believed back then. This movie plays out like Odin actually exists in this world because these people believe in him. They believe in prophecies and signs from the gods, and it's fucking metal, dude. If you can't get on board with the weight of the metal, then you're probably not gonna like it that much. The Northman whispers to his fucking sword. He talks to his sword. Okay, Robert Eggers, the director of this movie. He's 3 for 3 now. All 3 of his movies are dope. And this dude made this movie beautiful. The cinematography is fantastic. The ticket price alone is worth the visuals. He moves the camera around like it's a character in the movie. It's awesome and I love it. And of course, you get these big, beautiful shots of all the landscapes, all the mountainous, awesome regions of wherever they're at in the north. Beautiful landscapes. He captures it all. What else do we know about this director? Well, if you've seen The Witch and you've seen The Lighthouse, his scripts are a bit complicated. The dialogue sounds like Old English text looks. However, this movie I didn't think was too hard to understand. The Lighthouse was not easy to understand. This is a lot easier to understand than The Lighthouse. Yep, there is violence, but it's a lot less than what I actually expected. Don't worry though, a couple of those violent scenes really made me cringe. Had to look away for one of them. And it was practical violence too. Love that shit. Did I have any issues? Yeah, I had some small issues here and there, but there is one issue that actually bothered me. There is a pretty big event that happens off screen. We just hear about it. We don't actually get to see what happened. I would have enjoyed to see how that played out, and specifically more scenes at that location. That location was very cool. Overall though, this movie's pretty great. Cool, unexpected story, great acting, amazing visuals. I'm excited to watch it play out again. I think if people don't like this the first time around, knowing what it is the second time, I think they'll enjoy it more. Robert Eggers, you 3 for 3, dude. How about we get another movie going and go for a grand slam, huh? How's that sound? Sounds good to me. See ya. Subscribe.